Gentlemen, are you curious if the woman you're about to date is secretly wealthy? Wealth, my friends, isn't always visible through flashy cars or designer clothes. It's often concealed, masked in a shroud of subtlety and discretion. We're here to dispel the common myths about wealth and reveal its true nature. We'll plunge into a fascinating world where wealth isn't just about material possessions, but about personal qualities, habits, and decisions. A world where the symbols of wealth aren't flashy but understated. Are you prepared to identify the 9 subtle signs that the woman you're about to date is secretly wealthy? Brace yourself. First off, let's focus on her hobbies, which, by the way, gentlemen, is extremely expensive. Now, these are not average hobbies. We are referring to extravagant activities such as horse riding, art collecting, sailing, and the like. These activities, although enjoyable, are not just for passing the time. They're a playground for the affluent, a subtle indication of the financial security underneath. Take a moment to consider the cost of maintaining a horse, or the amount one could invest in a piece of art. These are not trifling amounts indeed. They are clear indicators of an abundant bank account. But here's where it becomes more intriguing. These hobbies often act as networking platforms where agreements are made and fortunes amassed. They can also be a form of investment. An artwork, for instance, may appreciate over time, increasing in value. So it's not just about deriving pleasure, it's about strategic planning, establishing connections, and making investments. Therefore, a glance at her recreational activities could divulge a wealth secret. At number 2, she has a small circle, but they are extremely well connected. Her network of associates may be compact, yet potent. This could potentially be an indication of her hidden affluence. At a first glance, you might anticipate that someone with affluence would possess a large circle of acquaintances. Nevertheless, frequently, the reality is quite different. Individuals with substantial wealth often favor the quality of their relationships over the quantity. They opt to encircle themselves with a select few influential figures. The bonds they form are typically based on shared experiences and mutual admiration, as opposed to shallow similarities. These relationships are treasured as they offer more than just social engagement. They serve as paths for personal development, intellectual engagement, and many times potential for increasing their wealth. It's a community that flourishes on mutual advantage and esteem. Consequently, when you observe a woman with a seemingly compact but powerful circle of connections, withhold from making hasty judgments. It's possible she's wisely keeping her strategies close to her. Hence, a compact but influential network may be a sign of hidden wealth. Thirdly, does she exude a unique confidence? This isn't the brash arrogance we might associate with new money, but a quiet, unshakable assurance. It's the knowledge that, no matter the ups and downs life throws her way, she has a financial safety net to fall back on. This financial stability eliminates many of her common worries, allowing a calm and confident demeanor to shine through. It's a confidence that doesn't need to brag or boast, it simply is. So this unique confidence might be a subtle sign of her hidden wealth. Fourthly, observe if working is a choice for her. If so, she might be secretly wealthy. Hidden wealth often allows work to become less of a necessity and more of a passion. Those who are quietly affluent don't clock in and out, not dictated by the need to make ends meet. They are more likely to engage in activities that invigorate their souls, feed their interests, and enrich their life's journey. These individuals are not tied down by the weight of financial responsibilities. Therefore, if work is voluntary for her, she could be concealing a significant fortune. Before we go into number 5, please take a moment to click the subscribe button to join the soulfully synergized community. Fifthly, she spends money to save time. Does she spend money to save time? This is a subtle shift in perspective, but one that can dramatically change the outlook. Well-off individuals usually place a higher value on their time than on their wealth. This could prompt them to assign tasks to others that they could easily do themselves. From employing personal assistants to handing over household chores, the goal is to create more free time for what truly counts. This is not about being lazy, but about prioritizing life's most precious commodity, time. Hence, if she is spending money to save time, it could indicate her concealed wealth. At number 6, we have the punctuality principle. Is she usually punctual? Think about it. Time is the one resource that money can't buy more of. For those who've mastered the art of wealth, every moment is precious, and they respect not just their own time, but that of others as well. They understand the value of punctuality in maintaining relationships and conducting successful business. Therefore, her punctuality could be a subtle sign of her wealth. Seventhly, she is extremely generous. Gentlemen, is she extremely generous? Generally, it's common to see well-off individuals using their wealth to give back to society, not merely because they have the ability, but due to a strong sense of duty they feel. This can be visible through philanthropy, donations to charities, or even just assisting a friend who's in a tight spot. Their generosity is often a reflection of their financial abilities. They grasp the worth of wealth and the significant impact it can have. Therefore, if you observe her continually reaching into her purse to lend a hand, it could be her wealth making its presence known. So, her extraordinary generosity might just be a subtle sign of an abundant bank balance. At number 8, does she prefer unbranded clothing? This might throw you off, but remember, true wealth often doesn't show off, it's modest. Individuals with genuine prosperity realize that the quality of a product is always superior to its brand name. They appreciate classic, well-crafted items, valuing fine detailing over extravagance. They are characterized not by brand names, but by their refined taste. They find sophistication in simplicity, in the unbranded. Therefore, don't be misguided by the absence of designer labels. So, if she has a preference for unbranded clothing, it could be a sign of her hidden wealth. Lastly, does she seldom complain? It's a curious observation, don't you think? Individuals of wealth often hold a unique viewpoint. Their focus is on solutions rather than problems. Rather than wasting valuable energy on complaints, they prefer to channel it into seeking resolutions. This subtle shift in perspective, though simple, can make a world of difference. It's their unique way of steering their journey through life, a journey where they are the captains of their destiny. Thus, a scarcity of complaints could be a subtle hint towards her wealth. We've journeyed through the 9 subtle signs of wealth, haven't we? As we wrap up this journey, let's not forget that these signs are not definitive indicators of wealth. Instead, they serve as intriguing clues, possibly giving a fresh outlook. These indicators are not about overt consumption or ostentatious display of wealth. They are about the subdued and intricate ways in which wealth manifests itself, stepping beyond the flash and dazzle. Remember, wealth might not always glitter, sometimes it's subtly woven into the fabric of everyday life. Until our next exploration, stay soulfully synergized.